Well, it's Grayson Rodriguez night here in Bowie. Not officially, but it is Grayson Rodriguez's first start at home here at the AA level. Paul Mancano joined by MASNsports.com Steve Molesky. And Steve, the hype seems to be building for Grayson Rodriguez. He's been excellent through his first two starts at the AA level. Now the fans of Bowie get to see him for a home start.
It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a fun night here in Bowie. I mean, Grayson stats got better from Aberdeen, where they were spectacular, to an ERA of 0.90 in his first two starts here. His strikeout rate's one of the best in baseball. I think his swing and miss rate is the best in all of minor league baseball. And as Buck Britton and Adley Rutschman told us today, he checks every box. I mean, this kid is big, he's strong, he's got all the pitches, his secondaries are really developing, he's driven, and he's studying the analytics. I mean, he's doing everything they want him to do, and the stats are showing.
And obviously he joins a rotation that already includes DL Hall, another top pitching prospect in the Orioles system. And we got a little taste of how these guys compete with each other, both DL Hall and Grayson Rodriguez. From what we heard from Buck Britton and members of the team, it sounds like they have a little bit of friendly rivalry going.
They do. You know, it's funny, Paul. There are probably some AA teams struggling to round out their rotation. Bowie's got about 2 rotations here. I mean, they really do. They're piggybacking guys. They got 8 or 9 or 10 guys getting starter innings, and most of them are throwing incredibly well. And DL Hall and Grayson Rodriguez are together. These young kids have become fast friends. They push each other. They give each other a hard time. And it's just kind of cool that you have Adley, Grayson, and DL Hall on the same team. And they're outshining their teammates because of their big names and stats. But some of these other kids here are starting to make a name for themselves too.
Yeah, it feels like the entire team is buying into what Buck Britton and this coaching staff is telling them, which is a great sign for the organization because it helps to win at the lower levels. Obviously, it doesn't mean too much in the short term, but maybe in the long term it helps. And it sounded like Buck Britton has been very pleased with how his team is handling the winning and being able to compete on a day-in, day-out basis.
You know, there's a long time debate how important is winning at the minor league level. Developing players is the first job, to get them to Baltimore where they can be successful. But there are also people in baseball that feel teams that have rebuilt from the bottom up, like the Cubs and the Astros, they had winning on the farm on the way. They kind of created that wave and they carried it all the way through. And so sometimes you build a winning culture, a winning feeling. You know, there's intangibles that we can't put a stat on, no matter how many stats we throw at it, that are meaningful. The chemistry and the camaraderie they're creating here, that maybe they just keep it with them as these players rise to the top.
And it doesn't feel like all that long ago that we were here in 2019 for the Eastern League Championship. You and me, Steve, for a playoff-like environment. I feel like we could get one of those tonight because we're going to have gas cans for Grayson Rodriguez. Fans can bring their gas cans down to Prince George's Stadium. Feels like we're in for a fun night here, Steve.
It's great. It's great. The Bowie, it's just great to be back at a minor league ballpark. For me, this is our first time. I know you guys have been out a couple times. And so exciting to be here. I mean, this is a great ballpark. It's a great staff. It's a great feeling to be back. And I know the fans are excited about what's happening in Bowie. There's only 120 minor league teams playing, and none has a better record than this one.
Absolutely. It is the best team in minor league baseball, as their Twitter account will tell you as well. At MASN Steve, be sure to follow him on Twitter for updates throughout tonight's game, and then head over to MASNsports.com for a full recap of Grayson Rodriguez's first home start here at the AA level. I'm Paul Mancano. He's Steve Molesky. Thanks so much.